preparing for winter, one of those parts is foraging lots of different mushrooms and cleaning them all up. After you clean them up, cutting the bigger ones in half so that they dry faster, and removing them from the stems, removing the things, the different, the different leaves, the dirt, all that stuff, and just drying them up. I had gotten all of the mushrooms up into smaller pieces so they dry faster in the burning sauna that's getting hotter and hotter. And yeah, these are mostly Boletus type of mushrooms, like Boletus adulis and stuff. Make sure you know what mushrooms you're picking. I know since I was little. Might need to some havers maybe. We're gonna dry up. Might need to get them home near the different ovens so they can continue drying overnight. Yeah, and might have a jar of these dried mushrooms. They're very helpful for you when dried. Their chemistry changes a little bit, I think too. So yeah. So now I guess this should be enough for the night. You just slowly burn. You don't need to make sure it gets just enough with very small amounts of air so it can continue burning while the mushrooms here continue to dry from a heat coming from the stems. The mushrooms had already been dried a little bit before I went to the sauna, but they still have, I will see, some of them are warmed right up, like that. Currently it's around 80 Celsius in the sauna, so it's gonna be good. We'll just leave them for a night, and tomorrow morning we will see. Maybe most of them are gonna be ready to, package in the glass jars for winter. So now early in the morning, some mushrooms are completely dried up and can be conserved, and some of them are still not fully, or some of them are even still a little bit wet. So because of that, I'm going to use a little bit more modern techniques to make things more simple and finish drying the rest of the mushrooms up with the dehydrator, or I could just get them in home near the oven, but currently I can't. So yeah, that's what it is. So that's how I put the mushrooms in their stages. On the bottom are the most wet ones, on the top and like that. Right here are the mushrooms that kind of fully dried up, but in the end, when we will be finishing drying, I will also put them in a dehydrator in case any excess humidity can get thrown away from here, because it's very important that it doesn't have any humidity, otherwise all your mushroom foraging will just turn into malt in the end. So yeah. So in here is the dehydrator. I'm going to get it up to around 50-60 Celsius, and we'll leave for some hours and we'll see. That's it finally. After drying for most of the day, the mushrooms had dried enough, and now I can put them in the glass jar. Maybe this wouldn't be enough, I don't know. We'll see. Crispy, a little bit flexible, that's how they should be, with almost no humidity or anything like that in them. But yeah, dehydrator kinda helped, because if I was only using a sauna method or near the oven, it actually, for some people, it takes a week to dry these mushrooms correctly, so that they get preserved, which can also work to be quite practical when you're living in a village. I'm putting them in a jar, so you see that's how it should be, kinda that's the best when you're very, very dry like cracker. Yeah, this is it basically. From all of this thing that was full of mushrooms, in the end, when you dry them, preserve them for winter basically, that's how much there is left. And it's really good. Peace and love, learn to forage, learn your woods. Nature doesn't ask us any money from it. You just need to learn how to use it.